Good morning, everybody. As Kev says, I'm at North Berwick Golf Club. Just recently having kind of changed my role within the club to membership and golf operations manager. Today's topic is female participation. I will say before I start, a lot of this is my own personal views and from experiences at North Berwick. I'll take you through what I see as the main three categories of golfer. Specifically, I would say, I'm not being sexist here, but there's quite a few men that will never believe they're a beginner. They'll probably go in just a wee bit higher than that beginner. So really thinking of ladies, I would say we have beginners, we have social golfers, and we have the competitive golfer. What I'd like to do is kind of take you through each, what I believe is the three categories and where they are. So if we go to the beginner, pop up there. This is a group of our lady golfers at North Berwick who we consciously sat down as a club. We currently have, to kind of put you where we are with North Berwick, we used to have, before the Equality Act, we had 500 full members. Those full members weighed up to being 300 men and 200 ladies. In the Equality Act, we lost that. So now we have 143 ladies. So quite significantly down on our number of what was 200. So we sat down consciously and kind of thought, what do we need to do to try and engage people to play golf? And we got involved in the Scottish Golf Initiative Get Into Golf. And that has proved to be really, really successful for us. And we first saw that we had to give something that was value for money, and we also had to completely engage with that beginner. For a beginner, it's quite a frightening experience to go to a golf course. So it was really, really important. And the things that we sat down and said was it had to be engaging, it had to be friendly, and everyone involved had to be willing to get their hands dirty in it. And we engaged our pros from the very, very beginning on that. And they were involved. So we started the Get Into Golf scheme. There was one thing that became clear. We were quite fortunate that we had a lady on that small working group who worked in marketing. And our first kind of delve out into the kind of North Berwick to get members or people to come to that day was we hid the word golf. So the poster went out and it said cake, coffee, and in smaller writing was a taster menu of golf. And quite clearly there is a togetherness of women with alcohol and food. Because we had over 20 ladies turn up that day for cake and coffee and a wee bit of golf, really. And our pro, Martin, who some of you know, has an inflatable net, so they were able to hit balls into the net. We've got a practice putting green just at the side of our first tee. So within quite close proximity to the clubhouse, they could have coffee, cake, and go and see whether they actually liked the game of golf. Followed on quite quickly from behind that, we had realised quite quickly we had engaged with those 20 women. And they were quite keen to all become involved in it. So we followed that up very quickly with a Friday night Prosecco and putting. Now, it was always food or alcohol before the golf. So we had 24 women turned up that evening. And we had Prosecco and we had bubbles and nibbles and everything in the clubhouse. And then small chunks of ladies were taken over to the putting green, 10, 15 minutes back to the clubhouse for another Prosecco. And it became quite a sociable. And very quickly, kind of groups of ladies within that was formed, very quickly. And then we followed it up again with a cake and chipping event. What has happened is we've now been doing this for, it's about 19 months we've been doing it. We now have, because we've just gone up, 34 ladies involved in it. And what has happened is this group here, quite particularly, they quite often meet now and they come to the clubhouse for lunch and then they go, we're fortunate in North Berwick, we've got a wee course. And it's just a party, 9 holes, also known as the kids course, our children's course. So, and that is where they are playing. So, it's worked really, really well for us, but it's been quite an interesting concept that food and alcohol, food and drink definitely bring people in. So with that group, before I came today, I asked them to give me, it was quite a challenge actually. We keep in touch with this group of 34 women purely by WhatsApp. No emails, no nothing, it's WhatsApp. I sent out an email and said, can you all send me back one word that best describes getting to golf? I think at the last count, I maybe had about 400, because not one of them came back with one word. There was always a story. And really, kind of the first story that came out of it was everybody found the first day and the first time really scary. They have a real fear about coming and getting involved in golf. But then quite quickly it became fun, it was sociable, they found it encouraging, it was a relaxed and it was enjoyable. And at North Berwick, as I say, we are fairly fortunate in that we have our small 9-hole course that these ladies can kind of go and play on. So that's quite good. What we have started to do, we have now kind of worked out the group that are almost ready, not quite, but almost ready to go onto the big course and onto the championship course. And for those of you who know North Berwick, we can cut in at the 8th fairway and play 8, 9, 10, 11, and it's kind of the bottom loop, and that's what we do with them. So that's been really good. And as I say, everybody now is really enjoying it, and they've become really kind of a big part of the club actually, because they're always in and around the clubhouse. So if we go to the social golfer, and this is absolutely me in the winter. Love the game, but actually 4 holes, 8 holes, 10 holes, just whatever, suits me in the winter. And they are the very sociable person. They like the kind of fun element with no pressure. They'll play however many holes they want to play with absolutely no rules. The importance of the social golfer is they will support your fun and social events. They're not interested in competitions, but they'll come to your fun and social event. And that social golfer spends money in your bar. The other thing they do is they're always keen to help the beginner, because they've been that beginner not that long ago. So they're keen to help, or they're the kind of competitive golfer we'll go on to that's moving back to being just into the social golf. But they do spend a lot of money. They're the ones that come in the morning or in the afternoon and have their coffee and scones. And then we move to the competitive golfer. I'm not going to say. This is where your troubles come. I'm not going to lie. There's no way to dress it up, really. Your competitive golfer is me in the kind of summer months. And, since I've started to work in golf, I now check myself when I'm in my home club, because actually, really, is it important? Is it really necessary to moan that the greens were maybe not quite what you thought they were? Actually, in the grand scheme of things, no, they're not. So I check myself quite regularly. If I think I'm going to say something, actually, Mary, what would your reaction be if somebody came in to say to you in the office, actually, just shut up? So that competitive golfer likes competition play. They will have a handicap, and they probably sadly have read the Congu manual, and they will know it inside out, and they'll be fully up on the rules of golf and already playing the new rules of golf that come into play on the 1st of January 2019. But we've already got them saying, but it's not quite the new rule yet. So a competitive golfer will play in every club event possible to them. They'll play in medal play, they'll play in match play, and to be fair, while I knock them, and I include myself in that, they are your kind of bread and butter of a lot of your membership. I think you've got to get the balance within your club as to what your ladies are really looking for from their membership. You'll find the competitive golfer gets frustrated at the social golfer, because why do they not want to have a handicap? Why do they not want to play in competitions? Well, actually, maybe check yourself while you're saying that, and that might give you the reason why the social golfer doesn't want to play in the competitive side. And then there is a real balance to be kind of created in that. So for me, the beginners are the future. They need to be nurtured to become potentially that social golfer or that competitive golfer. Your social golfer is your fun members. They enjoy their golf but don't really have a huge hang up on the game. They'll take it, they'll leave it, they'll use your clubhouse, they'll bring friends for. But this social golfer will nurture your beginners as well. And then, as I say, you've got your competitive golfer. They are harder work. Just speaking to Dave when we were sitting around the table there, we've merged to become one club at North Berwick now. We don't have a North Berwick ladies section. And it's, how I would love to see there's a club medal on a Wednesday and a club medal on a Saturday, rather than there's a ladies medal on a Wednesday and a men's medal on a Saturday. So it does take a bit of breakdown and rethinking, and it's very much work in progress with us at the moment. But that's really where I want to take you through where I see ladies golf at the moment. So thank you.
I'm so proud